Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Jonathan here. I hope you're really well and you've had a great summer. Well, those regulars watching our YouTube channel would have thought I've gone AWOL, and many of you have been calling me and texting me and saying, Jonathan, we really enjoy your videos. You haven't been doing them anymore. Well, guilty. I've just had a bit of a summer off, just been quite busy, just doing lots of things with the family and just enjoying life really. But I really enjoy doing these videos and I know that you like to see them too. So today is our first video back. I'm not making 100% commitment. We're going to be doing them all the time, but I'll try and get as many of these out as I can. So I thought, well, what better way than to do a quick fire video, which is going to be very hard for me not to speak too much, but I've got 12 really lovely Rolexes that have just come into stock. And then we've got another video we've done on our Datejust collection, and we've also got another one we've done on an Omega Seamaster collection. So they're going to be coming out over the next few weeks. But why don't you let us know what you'd like us to do some videos on? We've got lots of watches we can do, and happy to have a go at that. So all these watches here, there are in stock as I'm shooting this video. It's the 19th of September, and this video is going to be coming out on Friday. But stock's changing all the time, and we're always looking for nice new watches as well. So if you're thinking about a change, it's a full set box of papers, probably a Rolex, then give me a call. Definitely interested in that, and we can consider a part exchange, we can offer finance, etc., etc. So let's kick off, and I'm going to try and make these really quick, just to give you a quick run through and show you what we've got. But before we do it, it's not a Rolex, but it's pretty cool. This is the new Omega Seamaster 300 meter 007 60th anniversary watch. And this is it. It is an absolute belter. Really hard to get. Very similar to the No Time to Die watch, but this time rather than being in titanium, it's in stainless steel, but in blue. Blue bezel, blue dial, stainless steel bracelet, and the most beautiful back to it, glass back to it. And you can actually see, if I take this off for you, you can actually see on the bottom here, you can see 007 walking across the screen. How cool is that? And then the 60th anniversary on the bottom. So this is lovely. It's an unworn watch, and still got all of its stickers on it, and it's just a really, I'm a great fan of the Seamaster. I think it's a lovely watch. So yeah, that is the 007 watch. Okay, on to Rolexes. I'm going to probably start off with one of my favorite watches, and I know you'll have seen these watches in the past on our videos, because I had one for about 2 years. And I got this one in last week, and this one is an unworn watch. So I'm not going to go through the prices or the specs, because they're all on the website. So remember, edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk. But this is the latest Yachtmaster 40 with a beautiful dark blue dial. You can see the red hand there contrasting against the blue dial. Platinum bezel, stainless steel case, latest chronometer movement, super accurate, 2 seconds per day, waterproof down to 100 meters, and fitted here on this lovely oyster bracelet. A really good looking watch. Very quick wrist shot there, so you can see, for those that haven't watched our videos before, my wrist is an 8-inch wrist, so a good size wrist, and this works very well. And a quick look up there, you can see super slim watch as well. Okay, so we've gone from the Yachtmaster. Now let's go and have a look at one of our divers watches, and this one is a very popular one, and this one affectionately known as the Starbucks. It's the 126610 LV. Now there has been a slight change. The very latest models here in 2023, they've changed the color of the green of the ceramic insert to be more like the original Kermit of years gone by. So this one is a slightly darker green, again in beautiful condition. Really popular watch. Of course, with the Hulk now being discontinued, this is the current green version of the Submariner if you want it. This has the 41mm case, superlative chronometer movement, super accurate, fitted here onto the oyster bracelet. Again, brushed satinized finish throughout, and it has here the glide lock clasp as well. It just makes it really easy to put it on your wrist. What I love about this watch is just how slim it is. It's just such a comfortable watch to wear. It's very easy to read, but you just don't know it's on your wrist, and it'll fit underneath most of your shirt cuffs. You can just see how slim it is up here. and the bracelets are really, really comfortable. That glide lock clasp is really good because, you know, once you've got it roughly set up for you when you're traveling abroad, it's a bit warmer abroad, you can just very, very easily move that around to suit. Now we go on to the GMT Master, and this is a watch that was introduced this year, and it's the 2023 GMT Master in steel and gold, and it is, I think, a lovely looking watch. And you can see here, if you look closely, the top part of the ceramic bezel in black and the bottom half in a pale grey, again inlaid with 18 karat yellow gold. So this kind of goes back to many years of the 16713 that was available on a Jubilee bracelet. That stopped, and then the 16713 came out on the Oyster bracelet, and now this is the 126713 with this black and grey, and again mounted onto a Jubilee bracelet. So an interesting, a new look, but a sort of vintage feel to the watch as well. And these have been really quite popular, again with the GMT Master writing in gold, and the hand here for the second time zone in gold as well. So I think it's a handsome looking watch. Again, 40mm case size, a watch that will take you down to 100 meters, so very, very practical. You've got decent crown guards there for protecting the crown. It's made out of 904L grain stainless steel, and on this lovely Jubilee bracelet there, again with the extension clasp. You see it on the wrist. This is the first one we've actually had. I think this one might be sold actually, but being the only watch we've had, I just wanted to share it with you, and you can just see what it looks like. But yeah, a really handsome and new addition to the GMT Master range. But don't worry, we have got another one to share with you as well. We then come to the 50th anniversary, so the Sea Dweller, as it says, 50 years since the Sea Dweller. This was 2017 that this watch actually came out, and really popular, good seller for us. Prices are pretty good on these just now. I think we've got these from around about 12,500 upwards. It's very similar in a way to a Submariner, but a slightly larger case at 43mm versus 40 or 41. Still all in stainless steel, but you'll see here on the side it has the helium escape valve. And then the writing here where it says Sea Dweller in red. Again, going back to the old days of the double red and the single red Submariner. It's just a nice little bit of colour on the dial. The older Sea Dwellers, the 16600 and the 11660, of course, didn't used to have the Cyclops magnification on that, but they have introduced that to this now. Ceramic bezel. Again, it's on the Oyster bracelet there with the glide lock clasp. Just a good watch, just a really, really good watch. If you're wanting something a little bit bigger than a Submariner, or maybe you've had a Submariner for years, you fancy a change, but you like the look and feel, but you want something just a little bit bigger, then I think the Sea Dweller is definitely one to look at. So moving now on to, I guess, the entry point into the Rolex range for gentlemen is the Oyster Perpetual, and these have been a really good seller, and of course they do them in a range of colours, some of which have been discontinued, but not this one. This one's still currently in the range, and this one is in the dark green. So this is an automatic chronometer, again accurate to 2 seconds per day, lovely big power reserve of about 70 seconds, and a very, very good lume on the index hour markers on the dial, and mounted here onto the Oyster bracelet. We do well with these actually. If you're lucky enough to get one at list, what they're about maybe 5.5, right about the 5.5 mark. This one, of course, is a little bit more because we had to pay over list to get it, but what a great looking watch. And I remember when these were £10,000 not that long ago, and they have certainly come down considerably. But if you're wanting just a good Rolex, not something that's going to catch too much attention, not too expensive, then the Oyster Perpetual, I think, is a really good place to start. And sticking with the Oyster Perpetual, but in a different colour, we have got one here with a black dial. I think it works very well in the back. It's just a lovely contrast with the index hour markers against a black dial. And again, a very, very understated looking watch. All the same functionality as the green one. So if black is your colour, it works very well. You can see here, nice contrast against the white shirt cuff there. And again, with the satinized, that sort of brush look to the bracelet, you don't tend to show the scratches quite in the same way that the polished center links would. So sticking with that sort of understated Rolex, the Rolex is not trying too hard, but it's just very, very cool. Well, You can't really beat an Explorer, can you? And the Explorer, of course, is a model that's been out in Rolex's range for a very, very long time. So historically, of course, in the 36mm, and then they went up to the 39. Then that got discontinued, and the 36 came back out. And then now they've brought out the new 40mm. So I think this is probably the sweet spot in the range for the majority of buyers. Of course, if you have a smaller wrist, then the 36mm is a really good one to go for. But this is the new Explorer 40. The code is 224270, and it features the new power reserve, about 70-hour power reserve, super accurate, waterproof to 100 meters, and just a really, really good watch. And again, prices have come down a little bit on this one, but it's a good watch to wear. And I think the 40, it just works really well. Again, you can just see it's quite a slim watch to wear as well. So no date on this or anything like that. There's nothing too much on it. It's a very sort of uncluttered dial. I think it's really nice. Now, those who love the Explorer but want a bigger watch, the Explorer 2 has been out, well, in 40mm for many, many years now, but that's now discontinued, and it's now 42mm. So this watch has been out for a while. We've actually got a couple of these just now. This is the Explorer 2, and it's a 42mm, and you can see here with the polar dial, lovely. You can see the orange hand there. This gives you the dual time zone functionality, similar that a GMT master would do. The bezel here is like a satinized brushed bezel there. Really good lume plots for nighttime reading, and you've got the magnification for the date as well. It's quite a slim watch, you can see there, to wear. So it's a nice big dial, nice big face. Again, the satinized brushed bracelet there, and it also does feature this Easy Link function on it as well. I remember I had one of these when they came out back in, crikey, was it 2012, and I was in at the dealer, and the dealer said, well, which one do you want? Would you like a black one or a white one? Well, those days are gone, aren't they? But you never know, they may be back. Maybe these watches will become more available. But nice watch. They look good also on the orange rubber V strap as well. So you can still keep the deployant clasp, but you can put an orange strap on it if you want to. So back to the GMT. We've got two GMTs left to show you, and this one affectionately known as the root beer. And this is I think it's an unworn piece actually. It's really, really nice. And if I tell a lie, I think this was worn to a wedding and worn once, but it's absolutely immaculate. Beautiful, beautiful watch. I remember these watches up £24,000, I think it was, a couple of years ago at the sort of start of the pandemic when prices were at their all-time high, and they have come back a lot now, but it's a handsome watch, as you can see here, in stainless steel and ever rose gold, and the black and then the brown lower part of the bezel. The colors just work very well. I think it's very, very warm on the wrist, and it features here the oyster bracelet, but it's got the polished links in it, and the case size is 40mm. So technology wise, it's the same as all the latest GMT masters. Nice big power reserve, dual time zone, waterproof to 100 meters. Very much a watch you can just do anything with, really. It's lovely with a dinner suit, as a t-shirt. It's just a really good all-rounder. And it's pretty slim as well, and it has the sort of traditional sort of wider case on it, similar to the original Submariners. But yeah, these are really, really good sellers. And then we come to something for our divers. The divers watch. This is the top of the range. It's the one that goes the deepest. Well, when I say that, bar a Challenger. We've not actually had a Challenger in stock, but they are massive, I think at about 50mm. But this is the Deep Sea Deep Blue, and this is the very latest version. It's the 13660. It's an unworn piece, 2023. Gorgeous looking watch. You can see here the blue, the gradient goes down into black, just replicating the ocean as it goes deeper into the ocean there. You've got the contrasting deep sea written in green, still got the date function there, and this will take you down to 12,800 foot. So I think that will be enough for most of you. On the side there, it has the automatic helium escape valve, the classic oyster bracelet, but probably the finest of the bracelets by means of how it works, because we literally just lift this flap here, and you can see there, this just slides in and out. You can't get easier, and it's just great if you want to put that over a wetsuit. Case size 44mm. It's not so much the size of the watch, it's actually the thickness. You can see here if I hold this up to camera, it's really quite a thick watch, and we're very, very careful, you know, when we're talking to customers interested in this watch, just to have a chat with you about it. You know, what are you going to use this watch for? Is this part of a collection? Are you used to that size of watch? Because we don't just want to sell you a watch, we want to just help and inform you and let you make that choice as to what's best for you. And I've got lots of customers that wear this as an everyday watch. They absolutely love it. They couldn't see past it. But you know, if you've been wearing a much smaller watch, so this is going to be quite a big change for you, and we want to make sure you get that one right. And if you love the watch but you feel that's maybe a bit too big, then you know, you've got the 50th anniversary Sea Dweller, you've got the Submariner. So Rolex, they certainly give you a nice choice of watches to wear. And now we come back to the Yachtmaster, as this is one that we've recently taken back, and this has had just one owner from you, and it is the Yachtmaster 40mm case size, finished in stainless steel and Everose gold. They come with a choice of 2 dials. You can either have the black dial or the brown dial. Again, it's each their own. I particularly like this sort of black. It's a sort of matte black dial, and I love the contrast of the sort of Everose hands against the black dial, and of course the gold, Everose gold inlay here on the bezel, again with that solid gold. So when you think what you pay for this watch here, which I think is in fact under list, versus what you pay for a GMT Masters, so you know, 2 40mm watches, stainless steel and Everose gold, massive difference in price. This is much more expensive than this one. And why? Well, again, there's more of a hype, there's more of a following for this one here, but I think this one is great value. I really do. I think it's a really gorgeous looking watch with the Everose bracelet, the extension link there, and I love the sort of smooth edges of the Yachtmaster. I'm a big fan of that model, and you can see it there. It's a really great looking, sporty but elegant looking watch, and it's lovely and slim to wear as well. Lovely big power reserve, 70-hour power reserve, and yeah, that would definitely be one of my choice. But if I was going to pick one of these, this would be it. I love the Pepsi. You've probably heard me talk about the Pepsis before. And this is one we got this week. It's 2021. It's been worn maybe 3 or 4 times. It's not been polished. It's the latest Oyster bracelet, new movement, and just a great watch. Rolex have been having some problems with the red and the blue bezels on the Pepsi, and they're becoming harder and harder to get now. They've had, I think, problems with the merging of the 2 colors, and so we haven't seen so many new ones coming through, and we're really delighted just to get the chance of this one. So you know, if you want a Pepsi, prices have come down. I do know this one's $14,995, so again, thousands less than what they were before, and this is just a stunning watch. Remember, I sold my Pepsi a few years ago to buy a car, and I really regretted it, and I had the white gold one in as well with the blue dial. That was really nice, but I found it a bit too heavy. I think this is the one for me. It's a great looking watch. So there we are. That was about as quick as I could talk to go through 12 watches, so hopefully it's not been too long for you. It gives you a little bit of a feel of what we've got. Again, they're on the website, edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk. All the information should be there, but as ever, you're welcome to pick up the phone, have a chat with me, see how I can help. Thanks very much for watching. More videos coming along soon. If that's been helpful, please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.